Hi, my name is Rachel, and today on Hardcover we have a play called Skeletons in the Closet, performed by students at Wells High School. The play is based on real-life experiences. Stay tuned.
Hardcover is a different kind of station. It's touching youth across the nation. Hardcover.
So check it out on your TV screen, and when you watch, you will know what I mean. Hardcover. This is hardcover. Voices and vision of Chicago youth.
Come on, we play a game, all right?
What game?
Come on, listen up. It's called Skeletons in the Closet.
How do you play that? I heard of it.
All right, so we all sit down, and somebody volunteers to tell their deepest secrets, all right?
Yes.
So we're all gonna play, right?
No.
So sure.
Oh, Samantha, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure. What's wrong?
Well, remember that party last night?
Wait. Do you like my shirt?
Yeah, I like your shirt. It's nice.
My ex-boyfriend gave it to me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Well,
Like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Well,
So what happened?
like I was saying, remember that guy that was sitting next to me?
Oh yeah, the one with the glasses.
Yeah, that one.
What about him?
Can you listen to me?
Sure. Is my hair okay?
Your hair's fine.
Are you sure?
I'm
I
positive.
couldn't fix it this morning.
Your hair's fine, Samantha.
Okay.
Okay,
So what were you saying?
like I was saying, he
What?
wanted
I'm
to
listening.
listen. He wanted to talk to me, right? When then all of a sudden he asked me to step
Oh
into
my God! Look at that spot on my shoe, and I just got these shoes yesterday. Right there. Can't you see it?
What's wrong with you, Samantha?
What?
I'm here trying to talk to you. You don't know what happened last night at that party.
How do you expect me to react? I just got these shoes yesterday.
Well, you know what? Just forget it. Forget it, because I don't need friends like you.
Hey guys, you're playing.
All right, come on, so we're all gonna play, right? Come on, listen up, come here. We're all gonna play, come on.
Yeah.
Sit down.
want to play.
No, I don't want to play.
Oh, you got an excuse. You're a girl. What's your excuse? You're not a girl. Unless there's something about you that I don't know. Hey, he's scared. Look at him. He's scared. Everybody, look at him. He's scared.
I'll show you I ain't a girl. I'll show you I'm a man. I'll go first.
Oh.
Oh, what a man.
I earn the money. What is he complaining about? I do my part. I give him money for food and rent. Whatever I do with the rest of the money, it's my problem. If I want to spend it on my band, a girl, or whatever, he has no right to tell me what to do with my money or my life. It's always the same thing over and over. Money, money, money. When is it gonna end? Another thing I hate about him is his complaints about my education. What does he care if I go or don't go to college? He doesn't care about anything else. He won't care whether I turn out to be a junkie or a lawyer. Well, my music. My music has taught me more than any book would ever teach me. But if only I had at least one person who really cared about me so they could give me the strength so that I can reach my goals and at the same time show my dad that I can be somebody. But ever since Mom died, nothing really matters anymore except my music. Sometimes I have these thoughts that everybody would just be better off without me. I don't even have something to live for. Nobody cares.
Man, your father's a jerk. Thank God my father don't treat me like that. He treats me like a prince.
And he buys me everything, so I'll never hear from him.
Shut up. You're just jealous because you can't get a girlfriend. But anyways, your father's a jerk. Does he even care about you?
Man, don't talk about his dad like that. You don't know what it feels like to live with a dad who don't care about you.
Did just mad because you don't have a father like mine.
I used to have a dad like you.
Should I zoom in?
When I was around 10 years old, my parents started having problems. But I thought it was nothing serious. I mean, all my friends used to tell me that their parents had arguments too. As time passed, the loving family that I had started to get distant from one another. Now my dad hardly spent time with me. He'd get his paycheck and go spend it at the bar with his friends. He'd come home drunk and start arguing with me for any little thing. He'd start arguing with me and start bringing up things that happened months ago. These arguments ended up with him beating me up. He didn't care if I was bleeding or if I was pleading him to stop. He just didn't care, kept hitting me till he wanted to stop. I started to hate him, I mean really hate him with a passion. As he beat me, thoughts of killing him ran through my mind. I say to myself, if I don't kill him, he's gonna kill me. And after putting up with so much physical violence, I didn't think of that twice. I can remember it all so clearly, how can I forget? That Friday night, I was just turning 16. I put the gun under my bed, waiting for my dad to come home from work one more time. Well, he came and he started hitting me, but it didn't hurt anymore. I mean, I was used to it by now. As he turned to leave the room, I pulled up the gun. I pointed at him. He turned around and he looked at me. Tears came rolling down my eyes. I couldn't do it. I couldn't kill him. Even though he mistreated me, but he was still my dad. But I couldn't stay there. I had to leave. I ran away. Who knows, maybe when this camping trip is over, I might go back. Who knows?
All right, so my father isn't the greatest. Is that what you want to hear? Answer me, is that what you want to hear? My father's an alcoholic. Every day I would come home from school and he would start yelling and throwing things at me for no reason at all. That was only when he was in a bad mood. When he was in a good mood, he would sexually abuse me. You know what? I liked him better in a bad mood. Day after day, night after night, the same thing over and over again. I was sick of it. Until one night, I don't know what got into me. I came home a little late, and like always, he started beating me up. But not this time. This time I started hitting him until he couldn't move anymore. So I ran away too. I can't go back, I can't. I told you we shouldn't have played this game. You see? You see what happened?
Hi, anyway. Why don't we just keep on playing? Let's hear more secrets.
Jonathan, I know how you feel. My father abandoned my mom and me when I was 4 years old. As we had no money, we moved into my grandfather's house. My mother had never really gotten along with her father, but she said we really had no choice since we'd be able to live there for free. But as it turned out, it wasn't free at all. I had to pay with my body. After my 5th birthday, my grandfather began sneaking into my room at night to molest me. I remember that it hurt so much that in order for no one to hear my cries, he would put his hand over my mouth. I came to really hate my grandfather. Whenever I heard him coming up the stairs at night, I'd quickly hide under the bed and hold my breath and just hope and pray that he wouldn't find me. But he always did. He'd drag me from under the bed and throw me on the mattress, an abuse of my innocence. Well, my grandfather's visits continued throughout my early childhood. I never said a word to anyone. And by the time I was 6, I guess the anger and disgust I had towards my grandfather must have really shown, because my mother kept reminding me of my lack of warmth toward Grandpa, and that we were dependent on her father for the roof over our heads and the food in our mouths. She warned me that I was not to do anything to upset him. Lord knows I tried to go on living with the feeling of horror that swept through my body every time he would put his hands on me. By the time I was 9, my grandfather began sending me to his friends. I had attempted to leave several times, but at the budding age of 11, I ran away for good. My grandfather had already turned me into a prostitute. I knew I could make more money on my own. And if I couldn't, at that point I felt so bad about myself. It just didn't matter.
Hey girl, what's your name? Come on, tell me your name. I know you want me. It's not the way you look at me, am I right? Yeah, dog, so. Damn, look at the other female. She's even finer than you. Hey, baby. What's your name? Come on, tell me your name. Well, I don't need you. I got lots of females.
Lisa.
Lisa's your name. So, do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Can I have your phone number?
No.
Man, I never had that type of gift. Then again, I never had the money for the clothes, the attitude for the style, face for the look, or even the body. Guess I'd be the same old geeky guy. Pain. Oh, I feel so much pain. Well, it's driving me insane. People tell me I got no brain. Lisa. Lisa, you tramp. Lisa, oh, I wish. I wish I never came to this damn camp. Pain. I feel so much pain. But I'm drunk. And I smell like a skunk. Pain. I feel so much pain. Well, it's driving me insane. People tell me I got no brain.
Anybody else? Okay, then. I'll go next.
What are you doing?
I'm going next.
Why?
Because I want to go next.
You don't have anything to say. You're rich, so sit down. What are you? She doesn't.
Anyway.
I'll go next. No, let me go first.
Okay.
I don't know why, but no one in my family ever takes time to listen to me. It's like when I talk to one of them, they either ignore me or pretend they didn't even hear me. Sometimes when my mom gets home from work, she sits at the table to eat her dinner. I sit next to her to talk. As I talk, she just gives me this look. This look like if I wasn't even talking to her. Then she turns away and pretends I never said anything to begin with. I say to myself, why? Why does she do this to me? I mean, I get good grades in school. I'm involved with lots of groups and activities. I respect my elders. What does she want from me? I don't know what to do. I mean, there's only one person who's always helping me out. He never lets me down. He's who I turn to all the time when I'm feeling down and out. And he is my God. But sometimes I do need to be listened to from my family and friends too. I mean, whenever they have a problem, I do try to help them, and I do listen. But why don't they ever listen? Listen to me.
Go ahead, Cindy. Aren't you next?
Yeah, wait. Yeah, I thought he loved me. But boy, was I wrong. He was everything I always wanted. He treated me so special. He gave me everything I needed. He was always there for me. And he showed me that he really cared. I knew this was him. The one for me. The guy in my future. I gave myself to him, knowing that I would always get love in return. This guy was perfect. My family adored him. As for his family, treated me very nice. Our relationship was so good. But as for he and I, we were always together. We were inseparable. Yes, we had been doing it for about a year. But we had a 2-year relationship. We used no method of birth control. Never realizing I could get pregnant. Everything was going fine. So I realized my period didn't come down for the month. Like, for real?
Me too. I remember everything so clearly. But yet, I keep asking myself why. Why did he do that? Everything was going just right for me. I thought my world was going perfect.
Excuse me?
What?
But I would like to finish.
Hurry up then.
Anyways, my period didn't come down for the month. Oh, I just figured it's late. But after 2 months, nothing. So I told him. He just said, oh, don't worry, it's just skipping. So fine, I believed him. But what does he know? He's a guy. After 3 months, I started feeling funny. I was always hungry, sleepy, and I even threw up. I knew I was...
Man, was I feeling terrible in the morning. I was throwing up, dizzy, and I was even aware that my monthly functions, they weren't happening. I knew something was wrong. Something had to be wrong. That's when I decided to go to a gynecologist. And he told me that I was a month pregnant. Why don't you let her finish? You're always so wrapped up with yourself. Why don't you mind your own business,
Why don't you shut up?
No,
wait. Let me finish, okay? I knew I was pregnant. So I told him how I felt. He just laughed and said, oh, you're so stupid. How could you let your mind play with you like that? Come on now. So fine. I went to the doctor. Sure enough, I was 3.5 months pregnant. I was crying with joy. Finally we'll have something we made with our love. So I ran to tell him the good news. Babe, I'm going to have your baby. He said, what? Looking at me all crazy, he said, it can't be. That kid can't be mine. I couldn't believe that the guy I loved with all my heart was telling me this. Yes, it is. How could you say that? You know you were my only one. Oh, sure, he said. How could it? I know what I was doing. Then he came by me. He slapped me, and then he pushed me, and then he told me something I thought he would never tell me. He told me, you've been sleeping around, right, bitch? Now you don't even know whose kid it is, so you turn to me. He just turned around, walked away. I just felt so confused. Cried and cried with such hurt in me, and just screamed, why? Why me? Why? Why me?
When they told me I was pregnant, I felt confused too. I didn't know what to do. Either to tell my boyfriend or even my family. And the worst part of it is when I told him. When I told my boyfriend, he just denied it. He said that how could it be his, that maybe I was mistaking him for another guy, knowing that I was his one and only. I felt so miserable. I didn't have anyone. I couldn't tell my family. They'll kick me out of my house. They'll never forgive me. And I couldn't count on the father because he didn't care. So one day, I decided to tell my parents. They were freaked out. My father stopped talking to me. And my mom, she never treated me the same. My grades went down too, due to the fact that I rarely went to school. Now I know how it feels. Not only being rejected by the person you love, but also losing your family's trust. I lost everything. Everything I had. Well, except one thing. It's my only reason for living. That's my baby.
What did you have?
A baby girl.
And you? A fat baby boy. I know how it feels to think that someone will always be there for you. I was at a carnival when they told me. I was talking to Robert. I still think he's so cute. He has some gorgeous eyes. I just melted every time I looked at him, even now. Oh, and the way he kisses. Well, I won't tell you that. We were talking about his weekend at Wisconsin. I felt so happy just talking to him. Then my aunt arrived. She called me to the car. So I told Robert to wait. As I approached the car, I saw a strange look on her face. She told me to get in the car, but I didn't want to leave. At least not now. I wanted to talk to Robert. So when I refused to leave with her, she told me. She told me that my father had passed away. I just stood there in shock. I told her that I'll be home in a while. So she left. I walked back towards Robert. Stood in shock. Barely speaking. I told him that I'll talk to him some other day, and I left. I walked towards a booth where my best friend Alma was at. Barely speaking, with my tears coming down, I told her that my father had passed away. She hugged me. She started to cry with me. So she walked me home. Then she left. When I went inside the house, there wasn't anybody around. Everybody was in the kitchen, so nobody saw me come in. I walked straight to my room, closed the door behind me, fell to my knees. Why? Why'd you take my father away? I miss him so much.
I never even got the chance to tell him how much I loved him. Daddy, I'm sorry for not being there for you. I miss you, Daddy. I love you. Please, please forgive me.
It's okay. We understand.
What's up? This is that super senior editor, Auburn Castleberry. Dig. That was a part 1 of a 2-part series called Skeleton in the Closets. So if you want to check out the second part of that, tune in next week to catch it. You have to tune in next week to catch it at 5:30 Mondays on hardcover. So until then, I want you to keep this in mind. What do you think the most serious problems that teens face today? Call us at 278-8500 and leave your message. Don't forget, that's next week, 5:30 Mondays, hardcover for part 2 of Skeletons in the Closet. Peace, not pieces, and I'm Mowdy.
He notado que en estos tiempos pocos pueden sonreír. He notado que en estos tiempos quedan pocas sonrisas. He visto a muchos llorando, otros robando y peleando. Aquel que era tu amigo, quizás mañana es tu enemigo. Pero el tiempo, ya el tiempo, que nos unamos más. Ya el tiempo, que nos amemos más. A un lado el odio, a un lado la falsedad. Es tiempo de sonreír para un mejor vivir. Sonríe. Y he notado también que en los hogares no reina la paz, la armonía. He notado también que muchos no aprecian sus vidas.